What's good, y'all? This is Vladdy, and today I'm gonna be making a mesh head, a female mesh head in particular, which I haven't done in a while, and this is gonna be a mesh head for my shop. I will try to put the link in the description, but I don't know. By the time I release this video, I don't know if it's gonna pass peer review or whatnot. Alright, so we're gonna be working with my 2019 female mesh head kit, and we're gonna be deriving from Michaela MJ. I'm gonna be deriving from her shop, as you can see. Really good stuff here. I guess she doesn't have a new head, but anyway, we're gonna be deriving from her. And here's my 2019 female mesh head kit. If you don't have it, I don't think I'll be releasing a 2021, maybe a 2021. As for the males, you guys haven't gotten a new mesh head kit in 2 years, so maybe I'll release one before the year is over for the Drake 2.0 head, or maybe a Steery. I gotta, you know, set that up. But let's get into this one. Uh, I'm not gonna even lie to you guys. It took me like 5 attempts to record that opening beginning part because something kept going wrong. Whether it be something interrupting me, I said something dumb, but whatever. Now we could just get to the meat of the video. So this is my base. The female I'm gonna be making is gonna be dark skinned. So I have all of that set up already. All right. So I'm gonna be using GIMP and Photoshop. This is I'm gonna be trying something new, and that is I think it's called on target painting or 3D painting, which I usually do for my hairs on Second Life, but not any skins or anything. So let's try this out. So your goal is to, and I wouldn't call this really a tutorial because I'm not really gonna teach you how to do any of this part. But anything in GIMP, you could really much follow along if you have the resources and stuff. I cannot pass this 3D head out because technically I'm not really supposed to have it, but I'm not using it illegally. I'm using it legally because I'm not giving it out, selling it. I'm just using it to make a skin for the original work. Derive, make sure you derive here. But no, I cannot pass this out at all. So, all right. So, what I'm gonna start off doing is I'm just gonna align the head to the 3D head, and I'm gonna just smack it onto there, and that should give me a nice base. And then I'm gonna go in and manually do everything else in GIMP after I get that base nice and cooked. Make sure my mic is adjusted so everyone can hear me. Okay, so all I'm doing is trying to get this centered in there. If this works the way I need it to work, then it's gonna save me some good time and also help me with mapping. If not, I'm gonna have to do everything fully manual. That's okay. So let's duplicate this layer. And I'm not that good with Photoshop yet. So here's the 2D view, here's the 3D view. So I would merge down, and yeah, the nose, the lips is aligned really well, but the nose is not. which I kind of expected because the nose on, you know, this mesh is not like super high poly or anything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and manually fix that whenever I can. So now I'm gonna try another layering. I'm gonna do it for the nose. I'm gonna put more emphasis on the nose. Let's duplicate this layer again. I'm trying to do this part quickly so I can get into GIMP, which is really my bread and butter when it comes to this stuff, the GIMP editing. So layer that down, and again with the nose not applying where I need it to. So I'm going to try one more layer, and we could compare these layers. So one's just shift over. So the first one was actually the best one. I'm going to try this one more time. Let's duplicate. Put this out. This time I'm gonna oh no, that's not gonna work. Actually, I know exactly what I'm gonna do in this case. So I'm probably just wasting my time with this stirred alignment. Ooh, that was way off. But the lips are probably aligned a little differently. That's alright. I think I got I got exactly what I need here. So I'm gonna just use that layer, this first layer. Yeah, that last attempt was actually really good. It was better than I thought it was, because I got the eyes and the mouth put in a good spot. I'm gonna have to do the nose manually. So let me export this layer. Photoshop is so laggy. So let's just call it a dark skin only layer. And we can just import it in here. Excuse me. All right. Now we can, I don't know what I'm gonna call this. I don't have a name for her, so let's just call her dark skin only mesh head. Just, and I'll name it afterwards if I can find her name or anything. Let's go to IMVU, not Second Life. Okay. So right off rip, I know all the color adjustments, but the eyes and brows and whatnot. Let me remove her hair. I'll put her hair back on when I'm nearing the end of the video. Where's my bald? I know I had something to make female. I know I ain't that like. There it is. Honestly, I know I ain't that out of touch. So this is good so far. Now let's get into here, and this is where the real work gets started. So I'm gonna use my dark base, and yeah, dark base is good. And I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna not manipulate her face tone wise as much as I can, but that's not guaranteed. So what I do know is that nose is like the only thing, because if I was to block the nose, the face looks normal. So let's just duplicate this layer, and I'm gonna add a layer mask. Makes things, which is basically just like erasing, but it gives you a bit more of a cushion. So let's just erase anything we really don't need. No. What color is this? Oh, okay. I need this to be black. I don't need none of this. It's 2. Okay. And that's what I'm going to start working with. So let me throw in my mouth shadow, my eye remover. What teeth am I going to use? I'll just keep the regular. And the Cupid's bow, I'll throw that in there later. Okay. Alright. And I didn't realize how big like the IMVU or IMVU female heads are, like forehead wise. That shit is bold as goddamn. Like, but whatever. So now let's do her nose. And for that, what I'm gonna do is, and I will remove the septum some way or another. Somehow I'm gonna remove the septum. Okay, lasso tool. Alright. So let me hide this layer and just align. By the way, a lot of people be like messaging me and like, I don't know how to get your watermark off the thing. And the idea is you're not supposed to be able to take the watermark off. You're supposed to paint right over it. Alright, so all I'm doing is just shrinking the nose, getting that nose to look like it belongs there. I think I made it a little too big, but you know, once I test it out, that'll let me know if it's too big or not. I mean, it is pretty big. That's okay. I'm gonna move it around and blend it in and whatnot. So I should be moving it to the, well, her left, my right. I should be moving it up. Honestly, this is actually a good guideline right there of where to put it. Now, I don't want the nose to look like that, so I'm gonna be experimenting a little bit. One with the smudge tool. Use that to smudge that in. Okay. This takes a lot of testing and whatnot, especially because I haven't done this in a minute, and I'm just using the information I know off of Second Life. So as you see, it's coming along. I think her nose is still a little too big, so I could just easily. I don't. My layers are pretty messy, but this is how you're supposed to use the kit. Just a kit. Ooh, a beauty mark. I'll throw that in there. She got one right there on her. What you call it? So I'm gonna duplicate it and throw it right there too. Then again, I know females don't be liking that, so I'm not gonna do that. Like, people want their skin as bare as possible. Um, Shrink this nose a bit. Matter of fact, where's the old one? I'll put the old one right there. And then that one. So I shrunk it by like what, 17 points or so. Very minimal difference, but still good. And now what I'm gonna do now is gonna be really difficult. That's gonna use the I'm gonna use the liquefy tool to bend the nose, the nostrils. That sounds so painful. I'm gonna bend the nostrils in place. So let's see if okay, good. Now let's look in here. I need a new stand for her. I don't need her head down. No, I need it up a little bit. Do I have anything like that? This is good. I think this is the best one I have. Again, I haven't done this in a while, so I don't even remember what tools I have, but I need to do shopping again to get this right. Okay. I will smudge these in too, by the way. And I'm not going to remove the nose piercings just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this nostril, pull it out like that, grab that nostril, pull it out like that. This, push it down, and hopefully my math is correct. If not, we just try again, but I won't take too long on this because, like I said, I've never tried this before. And I don't really like that result too much. So even though it accomplished a little bit of what I was trying to fix, I'm not a big fan of it. That's what I want this to look better. I want it to look better when I show it from the side. So let's try pulling this down, and then let's pull the whole nose down. 2, 3. It's covering her lip now. I don't want that, but I'll fix that later. I'm telling you, once you get this nose right on a mesh head or whatever, everything else falls into place. Alright, so from the sides, that's pretty good. I'm gonna push it back up just a little bit. Matter of fact, I might just release a new mesh head kit before the year is over. I might just release a new body applier too if I could find the files to these. I gotta see. Let me see something on my Instagram page. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay. I'm trying to see because I got a new monitor and you know color. My colors are supposed to be more accurate now, which makes creating a lot. Well, it's supposed to be a lot easier. But it doesn't really make it easier. It just makes my colors more accurate. So what I'm gonna do is just erase that piece overlapping her lip. I'm gonna have to look at her real picture too. 'Cause the way the angle is, and I think this needs to be shrunken a little bit more again. Scale that. Oops. Okay. That didn't make much of a difference, so let's shrink it again. I'm not trying to give her no tiny nose, but she don't need a beak either. I hate how the quality just starts getting ruined when I shrink. I'm gonna fix it as soon as I can. Alright, this is a much better size. Oops. Now I'm just gonna move it around. Let's see if I could. Let's see if sharpening will fix that. Sharpening will fix it. So let's just do 5 and 0.5. So before and after. Much better. I'm just gonna regularly erase pieces overlapping her lips. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to, let me see something. Alright, that's exactly what I thought it was. I'm gonna push this down and I can use, I'm gonna use the smudge tool to just brush this out the way. That thing was disturbing me, like that little extra layer of the nose there. I mean, yeah. And I'm gonna do it right here too. Oh, wrong layer. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to use the spot healing tool for this. You know, the spot healing tool in Photoshop is a little stronger than the one in GIMP. As you can see, like, I don't know why it's doing that. Like, what exactly is this? This is making me mad. I might need to look up another tutorial on how to get the spot tool to work better on GIMP, but now I'm just gonna use smudge, which essentially does the same thing, just by hand. Now, I like that placement of the nose. So I'll get into the more complicated bits. So I'm about to put the nose highlight up in there. And for her actual face, I'm gonna move this whole thing down. And I'm going to grab this section and honestly, I don't need to do that. I'm gonna just duplicate that. I could just use the liquify tool that I said I'm gonna be using. But let me remove her lashes right quick. Okay, so yeah, I do need to do that. Let me see. I could just pull that in there. I'm gonna just pull that in there. Some great accuracy. Let's clean that up. Let's see how that came out. Or if I was better off using the old method I used to do, which was just cut off the piece and move it up. That's good, but I feel like my old method was a little bit better because I know exactly what I'm doing. Well, like if I just move it up like that, as opposed to breaking it with my liquify tool. Honestly, it really made very little difference. Very little difference. But it gives me room to push her head down more. Like that. Okay, good. Now, what we can do is still messing with the nose. I feel like I could push the nose down just a bit. This video is about to be titled "How to Fix a Nose" at this point. Her mouth is not that well aligned, So we're gonna be fixing that. I think I move it down like 3 pixels. I'll just do 2 because that looked like a lot of movement. I think she has lip gloss on. Yeah, she does. Let me take that off just to not mess up anything here. Alright, it's aligned nicely. So let's put that lip gloss back on. Oops, what we do? And the woman's eyes, who is the model for this mesh head, her eyes are dark. So, do I have any eyes like that? Oh, I do. Side eyes are good, but I'm gonna just use these. Okay. I don't know. I'm just still messing with the head because, I mean the nose because something's just not sitting right with me. Alright, that's much better to me. Like, much better. And knowing how I am, I'm still not satisfied, so I'm gonna push these in. That doesn't look good. I could just undo it. What am I gonna eat for breakfast? Oh, it's about to be 10 a.m. I have someone to call at 10 a.m. Alright, yeah, this is good. I'm glad, even though this is still occurring, this is something you cannot fix. So, you know, your head's not gonna look great at all angles, but that's like the limitation of IMVU. Really, like, you know, with these extremely low poly models, your best bet is to get the best angle you can and make sure it looks good from most angles. Like, looks good from the side, looks good from the front, looks good from top down. What I only thing, excuse me, only thing I can do is probably like grab this, push it down a little bit. Oops. Oh crap. Grab this and push it down a little bit, and then push this down like that. It wouldn't fix much. Look at it. I keep clicking Second Life because I've been working non-stop in Second Life. So and that's pretty good, but I think the old one was better. But that's not the point. Let's get to removing these dang nose piercings. Now again, there's 2 ways you can do this: smudge tool, spot healing tool, eraser tool. I'm gonna settle for the spot healing tool again. That's what it's called. And send that to 15. Put the force at 60. Smooth stroke. Put some weight in there. I'm just messing with these settings to see if I can get. I don't know what that is. Is that too? Whatever. Well, I guess that's good. I mean, I'm way too zoomed in. Yeah, it came out good. I could trust my this monitor, even though that looks blurry. It only looks blurry because this is low resolution, but this monitor's pixels are really good. Oh crap. So I can trust it when I'm zoomed in like this. For the most part, I can. I don't know. Maybe I spoke too soon. And now for the septums. And I'm trying to see what I'm gonna remove the septums with. Let me try something again with this tool. Make it easier to remove the septums. Alright, that's much better. And I'm gonna move. First off, let's align the face now, because I feel like all my nudging and budging super misaligned the face. So let's go to this UV here. The center line is right around here. And her mouth is not aligned to par. Her eyes are, but her mouth isn't. Alright, now the eyes are. And that's for the mouth. And the nose. I feel like a plastic surgeon, honestly. This is exactly what this is, really. Alright, now everything is aligned, as you can see. Maybe not so much the nose, which I can move back over. Okay, cool. Okay, now we remove the septum, which will probably make things a lot easier from this point out. Now you have different ways to remove it. I'm gonna do the smudge tool because I feel like the spot healing tool is gonna just piss me off. So I'm just getting rid of any gray. I wish there was like a tool on here. Alright, there we go. I removed it pretty well too. I wish there was like a tool on here that would tell me the actual size, like a thumbnail. I think you can really. Whatever. Shoot. Now we can get to the cleaning up part, and I'm gonna have to remove this part again. But now let's look for any issues, like right here, the right eye. Oops. Her right eye is bugging me. I'll just duplicate the layer. I'm gonna use the liquify tool for that. And what else? Oh, oops. What else? This is not supposed to be there. Oh, wait, that's on this layer. So that is that. I will clean up all of that in a second. How long have I been recording? 41 minutes. This, you could tell I'm taking my time on this. I'm using like all my knowledge from Second Life on this to produce a really good head, a really good mesh head texture. Also, her head isn't this long. So what I'm gonna do is I don't remember which one of these is which. Okay, so that's what that is. So let's just do 6. Her head shape would be like around there. Well, her head is much more round, but if I put a hair on, if I put a hair on, it should be much better. Let's see if Pookie got some new hairs I could use right quick. Shout out to Pookie, realist one. Which Pookie needs to come back and be on her stuff, like super consistent. I'm hungry. What am I gonna eat? Alright, Miss Pookie. And the kind of hair I want is just some regular basic. What is it? What do females call it? Body wave. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend all this whole video looking for that. I could just type it in. But I have a lot of her hairstyles already. Is that it? Oops, I'm not. Let's just change the gender. Oh, yeah, this is it. I'll buy it. So, wait, let me see this one. I usually. Oh, that my phone. That's my other phone. That's what happens when you have 3 phones. Okay, so let's see what she looks like with this hair on. I think I already had this hair, but whatever. The shape is good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna merge. Wait. First I'm gonna duplicate these layers. And then I'm gonna merge them down. Here's the size. Ooh, goodness. I was gonna sharpen it. But you have to be really careful with how you sharpen. That's too much sharpen. That's no sharpen, and that's, there is an amount that you can hit to achieve exactly what you want. because I know I won't be airbrushing or anything else. That's why I'm gonna go to the sharpening part. Sharpening. Alright, that's good. So let's clean up. Let's clean up around the edges now. 25. So erasing this. And I'm gonna switch my brush. Which this brush helps me a lot. I might release this brush on my website. I don't know if I really can do that because it's not mine. But it's a free brush. I'll just release the link to where I got it from. That's fair. I think I could find the link where I got it from because this brush is good for what I'm doing right now, and that's just oops. Matter of fact, I was doing it right. Yeah, this video is gonna be an hour, but apparently people like when my videos are long, so that's just not too bad. I'm just looking for a quick little hairstyle to go good with this. Shit. Wait a minute. These are the same thing. I knew it. I bought the same thing twice. The Pookie. Like I said before, Pookie always never steers me wrong. I'm more the Pookie one though. Let's see the texture on this one. The texture on this one is, much darker. And it's still Pookie's work. I always love plugging in Pookie when I can. Mesh head eyelashes. Okay. And now I'm gonna clean up the corner of her eye, which is easy. One of my phones just died, but I'm not gonna be using that anyway. That one anytime soon anyway. So there you go. Simple and easy. I'm more partial to smudging things out instead of erasing them. So like if I have the chance to, I'll choose smudging out before I choose erasing it. Yeah, wing liner. Here's a Cupid's bow. Also, follow me on Instagram if you can, all my new products and whatnot. I show them. I even post some Instagram lives. If you follow my other page, this page is better if you're an adult. Like, I don't talk about, I don't post anything like sexual or anything, but I usually talk about adult topics. So if you're under 18, you're better off following my other page, which is it's a lot more kid friendly than this page is. So, you know, get to it. And now I'm gonna do some color correction, which a lot of people tell me they struggle with too. I used to struggle with it too, but then I got better at it from practicing. So first, I'm gonna up the contrast because, as you can see, that's a much better vivid look. And now we're gonna go to hue and saturation. That's where you can make it gray, add more color, a little darker. But for this, I'm gonna add more red to her skin. Because if I don't know if your eyes are trained, she has too much blue and green going on, which I don't know, that might have something to do with the lighting she's in. Well, not really, because the lighting matches everything else that's going on here. But when you're on IMVU dealing with maps and neutral lighting, you're gonna want to add more red. And then you could move some of this, give it a little bit more saturation if you have to. And then you see the before and after. The blending is coming into a little, really nice. I'm gonna tone down some of these so I don't lose myself. And I could do a lot of this blending in manually. Let's add the cheek shine. I know there's cheek shine in here. Yeah, cheek gloss, whatever. Or strong cheekbones. I'm going for the gloss. And she's coming along. One thing I think I'm gonna go back to is reshaping the head like that. And I'm gonna see if I could paint some chubbier cheeks onto her. Let me pin her. Huh? You just pissed me off. IMVU really just crashed mid-video. I don't need this anymore. Did I run out of memory? Ain't no way I ran out of memory. This computer is way too juiced up to be running out of memory. So let's try this again. Derive. Put on the outfit back on. It's right here. Whose hair is this? Okay, whatever. I'll use that. Must have bought it for a reason. And this young lady back in here. the skin back on. Okay. And now I can, yo, that head. Oh, the head isn't rigged like really well for. See, I would try this again, but if I crash again, I'm gonna be upset. All right, I see what's going on. That head isn't really too compatible with It's not compatible. That hair is not compatible with that head, really. That's tough. I just need a hair. I just need something to fuck it bald. Oh my gosh. IMVU crashes and forgets to use my graphics card. If you guys don't know why my IMVU looks good, it's because I do this. That's just now you see it's all smooth and shit. Boom, like that. Okay, so I'll just use this one. Don't really have a real big say so in the matter. No. So how do I make it wider? Like that. Okay, good. Throw some ears on here. I don't like how pushed in, you know, the ears that, you know, come with the thing is. So I sell add-on ears and whatnot. You know, so always fuck with an add-on ear. Ooh, that one's pretty big. How many add-on ears do I have for females? I have a face light on there. People don't underestimate the power of face lights. I mean, I don't know if people still wear them now. But last time I recall, face lights help even out any ugly shading going on. Had to clear my throat. Interesting. Okay, so now we're gonna clean up a little bit. You know, smoothing out around the rough areas. I need a nice hair. For I think this hair fits a lot. So that's the hair I'm gonna use for the ad. Well, not ad. I don't do ads. That's the hair I'm gonna use for the icon. This video is entering an hour long, so I'm gonna just even out the cheeks and send everyone on their merry way. So the way I'm gonna even out the cheeks is, I think I'm gonna duplicate this and delete this. And I will use the eraser tool and a combination of the smudge tool. anything else really, I could just delete. I don't need all of this. Quality now weight up. And now when I smudge out, you guys can see the difference already. I took a long time with this. Usually, I don't know if it's because I'm getting, I'm rusty, but usually I'm really quick when it comes to these things. I even need the cheat gloss at this point. Let's see. Looks different or any better without it. I like it without it. So now what I'm gonna do is merge that down. Alright, let's wrap that. And we're gonna go back to hue and saturation. Do I need more contrast? A little bit more wouldn't hurt. But color and hue and saturation. Add a little bit more. Wait, oops. Actually, this is pretty good right now, as is. I think somebody's cooking downstairs, which is just gonna make me even hungrier. Right now I'm just messing with these levels, trying to get... I needed to smack down on this thing almost flawlessly. Which really, there's no such thing as flawless. But we try our best, really. Okay, so that's good. Let me get the smudge tool out. 200. Get the brush I need. Okay, cool. And the burn tool. Oops, that's on dodge. I need it on burn, so I could burn it into there. And I don't have a problem burning the actual base right here. Just burn it until it blends in the way you want it to blend in. Oops. Burn any spots you feel like it's a problem area, and then just boom. You go back to this layer, burn some things you don't like. Hell, even smudge things you don't like. As you can see what I'm doing. That's just how you clean it up nicely. Now I remember earlier I added a shadow to the lips. It's not necessary. So let's see what it looks like without it. I like the lip shadow there more, but as you can see, I burned almost flawlessly into there. Oh yeah, the Cupid's bow I have here, I almost ended it there. The Cupid's bow does come with my kit. As you can see, everything in this kit I used to my abilities with my own thing. I didn't go copy and paste from another kit. You didn't see any leftovers that I added in there. Everything in here was just done like that. Cupid's bow, which is, you don't have to add a Cupid's bow. Like on IMVU, sometimes a Cupid's bow kind of ruins the head. No, IMVU doesn't need that much attention to detail, but if you don't do the Cupid's bow right, she'll look like she'll have like a type of deformity, like cleft lip or something, you know. So you're trying to get your things to look as standard, ideal as possible. You don't need her nostril conjoining with her lip or anything, so it's not gonna look normal. And there you have it. After this long video, you have the completed hair. I mean, a completed head. Crap. As you can see. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm out. I'm sorry I made the video so long, but I was enjoying myself. This is kind of relaxing for me in a way, but I'm glad you stuck it out with me. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you take it with you. That's all.